Good morning, students. I am a geography teacher. So today we are going to discuss the another topic that is very important. Okay, that the in previous video that we discussed a number of things regarding this. Okay, previous video we finished the all the vegetation cover in India, all the forest type. Forest type in the say you can say the tropical evergreen forest, tropical deciduous forest, dry deciduous forest, then come to tropical dry forest, arid forest, delta forest, and mountain forest. So today this video regarding only this thing, there's a extension of the this video, that's the impact of human on you can say the vegetation. So this thing we have to discuss. So the topic perhaps you can discuss impact of human on human activity on vegetation. Okay, this thing we have to discuss today. This topic we have to discuss. First thing, impact of means the whatever the activity that is done by the human beings, that direct or indirect you can say the positive or negative impact fall on the vegetation. First thing, if you want to discuss, if India have 3.28 million square area and we should have 33% of its vegetation, should have, but in reality you can say reality we have only, it is mentioned 23.28% vegetation cover in India only. So this thing we have to understand. Okay, so this you can say the 33% is the optimum, is the this record for geographical area of a country, but we have only this much, 23.28%. Okay, so this is not sufficient. So there are some reasons for this. Okay, what are the reasons? So we already developed our you can see the civilization, our era. So that's why we have to discuss this, that the construction of the railways, construction of the roadways, then come to the construction of the buildings, industry. Okay, so all this purpose means the we already started, means the decrease the vegetation cover in India. Okay, so it estimated that 30 lakh of the people live on this means the this area and the forest area, and this overgrazing is the another factor. Okay, overgrazing, then come to shifting agriculture. Okay, these are the another factor by which we also decreased our natural vegetation cover. Okay, so this thing we have to understand. So the you can say this so these are the main point where we have to discuss. During natural disaster, somehow the flood, okay, droughts, earthquake, landslide, that is also the forest fires. Okay, due to this we also lose a number of natural vegetation in mountain area, in plain area, as well as the peninsular area. So that's the main thing. So human impact directly, indirectly fall on the vegetation. Another real factor is that the 21st century factor is the construction of the dam. Okay, so dam construction, somehow you know, for constructing a dam you can say the hectares of land or 1,000 hectares of land is required. For this purpose we have to cut down or the submerge the vegetation. Okay, so these are the main factor. During flood time, during drought, so this happen during the decrease of the natural vegetation. Okay, so this thing we have to understand. 23% means how many percentage we have? So total area 23.28% forest area there. Among them, somehow you know that the dense forest only have 11.48%. Then come to this is the dense forest. Okay, then come to 11.48%. Then come to another type of forest, somehow you know, that is the open forest. Okay, open forest, that is in the 7.76%. okay, percent. So this thing we have to understand. So these are the total amount of the forest. Okay, that should be in this. So on the basis of this, you can say our forest area can be divided into different area, or different, you can say the different concentrated area. Somehow you can say the Andaman Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep. Okay, Lakshadweep is one of the state or the territories where you can get the 0% of the forest area, whereas the Andaman, there you can find 86.93% of the vegetation cover. So one side is the Andaman, another side you can say the Lakshadweep, there is 0% vegetation cover you can find over there. Most you can see, if you take the less 10%, so we discuss in this, there's a 10% means the most of the states within the less than 10%, means less than 10% vegetation can be found in different part of the India, mainly in the northwestern part of the country, northwestern part. Okay, northwestern part of country. Northwestern part means the mainly the Gujarat, then the Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana. These are the states where the less than 10% vegetation cover we can find. Then come to the Gujarat, Delhi, Punjab, Haryana. Okay, most of the, you can see the Punjab and Haryana have the cleared the cultivation. So we already discussed during the Green Revolution, the Punjab, Haryana, you can see that to get the highest production of the rice and wheat, they started Green Revolution, and due to this fact they cleared the forest area. So this is the, and 10 to 20% that vegetation is found over the UP, Himachal Pradesh. Okay, UP, then come to Himachal Pradesh. Okay, then come to Bihar. Okay, Bihar is the area where we can get. Then another state, that is the Odisha, then and the West Bengal. So these are the states where we can find how many type vegetation, that is only 10 to 20%. Okay, number three, if we 10 to 20%, most of these states we already discussed about. Okay, forest is the 30. Okay, then come to most of these states are the agriculture and habitation, and in peninsular India extending Tamil Nadu, also Tamil Nadu have the percentage of the 30 to 40% of vegetation cover. Okay, only Tamil Nadu. Northeastern India mainly, perhaps you know, northeastern India, there you can find more than 40% of vegetation. Okay, northeastern India, in it means you can say the forest area, Mizoram, okay, Tripura, Meghalaya, okay, Arunachal Pradesh. So these are the area where we can get the a huge amount of natural vegetation cover. Okay, then if we want to discuss, there's a Jammu Kashmir, you can say 92% in Andaman Islands also. So these are the one area to vary from the one area, and always remember this thing means the type of natural vegetation. Okay, trees type of natural vegetation, trees type, natural vegetation, trees type, all depend on two factors mainly, some geographical or the physical factor, rainfall is there. Okay, second thing you can see the temperature, then come to soil. Okay, soil, then come to slope. Okay, so these are the main factor by which we can understand that the natural vegetation will be dense or the sparse. Okay, this thing we have to understand. If we want to this, if we discuss in the another way, that the on the basis of, you can say the, just 1 minute, let me change. Okay, if we want to discuss in the another way, that's the on the basis of the percentage of the actual forest of this have been grouped as the four groups in the sense of four groups. What are these four groups? First thing, four groups, somehow you know four groups. First group, that is the region of high concentration. Okay, this group come under, means first very high group. So very high group you can show, you know, that is the regions which, that is the rainfall is more than, okay, more than means the very high rainfall, more than 200 centimeter rainfall annually. Okay, and the area are, you can say the Assam, Assam fall in this category. Favorable climate over there, so that's why Mizoram, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, Union Territories of the Andaman and Nicobars, okay, Manipur, Meghalaya, Tripura, Sikkim, Dadra Nagar and Haveli. So these are the come under this first group, okay. First group, this is the first group, very high regions, concentration of the natural vegetation. Second type of, that is the regions with the moderate, regions of moderate, okay, regions with moderate concentration of vegetation. So their rainfall is moderate. So states are Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Goa, Kerala, Assam and Himachal Pradesh. Goa is the highest percentage of this type of vegetation, 33.79% Goa. So these are the second type. Third, you can see the concentration regions in the, you can see the low, okay, one is low. So regions, the regions with the low concentration of the natural vegetation. In this you can come, you can see the UP, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu. So these are the come under the Maharashtra also. So these are the area where the low, you can see the concentration of the vegetation. Last one, that is perhaps you know, that is the very low, okay, very low percentage, okay, very low percentage states, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, mostly in the northwestern states, Haryana, Chandigarh, okay, Delhi and West Bengal is also come under these regions, and physical and human factors are responsible for this area. So far you discuss number of slides regarding this, okay. So this you have to study, at home, okay. So this thing you have to study at home once by once. If there is any problem, so that time, so far you discuss that 33% of vegetation record, 33% vegetation record of a geographical area. So India have 2.38 million, so 33% whatever, but we don't have this much of percentage of, we have only 23% of vegetation cover in India, okay. So more or less 10% there is a shortage. So that's why the pollution in Delhi, pollution in Kolkata, all the cities, okay, they are mostly, they are actually suffer this type of problem, okay. So you have to understand this thing whenever you study. So next slide we will discuss the next topic of this, okay. Thank you all of you, thank you for watching video.